Hello everyone, welcome back to another deck profile. It has been a very long time coming since I've last made a deck profile, and I just want to make one for the Battles of Legend Terminal Revenge set that came out, I believe, was officially released yesterday. And so here we have two of the newer cards, and we're also just going to take a second to give a round of applause to the returning parts of the pieces of this deck, I suppose. That being Swap Frog and the Toad. Alright, with that aside, let's quickly talk about locals. So I came back, played the locals yesterday, and my matchups were against Time Lords, Spright Pearly, Centurion with a Super Heavy Samurai engine, as well as Cashier Snake Eye. And that was in order from like round 1 to round 4. Undefeated with this deck. This deck seems so much better now that we have the Toad. It's just such an easy way to get to an Omni Negate, and it feels really good. There's not much else to it. Let's talk about the build. So I am on the pure Spright build. I say pure and actually mean pure this time because we're not actually running the multi stuff anymore. So let's have a look at the deck. So to start things off, we have Mirror Mage of the Ice Barrier and Freezing Chains of the Ice Barrier, the 2-card combo for Toad. Well, not 2-card combo, it's just the additional 2 cards. Then we have a playset of Swap Frogs, Triple Beaver, Double Angler, Standard Ratio. Could consider bumping the Angler up to 3, and I'll show you the cards that it works with later on. And then we have for the Spright stuff, we have Triple Blue, Triple Jet with the rarity bumps, the Ultra Rares. We have a Red and a Carrot, both Ultra Rare as well. Then we have the Triple Starters. They look really nice as secrets. Smashes and the Ultra Gamma Burst. Okay, that's all the Spright stuff. And the engine. For the non-engine, we have for hand traps 3 Ashes, 3 Imperm, and that is it for the hand traps. We're not actually running any Veiler, Mono, Nib, whatever, Droll. And then for the board breakers, if you can consider Fenrir to be a board breaker, we have 3 Fenrirs. We have 2 Talents, 3 Droplets, and we're still playing the 3 Super Polys. So this is all the board breakers that we have. And that makes for a total of 40 in the main deck. And then for the extra deck, we have 1 Toad, 1 Sprint. We have 2 Gigantics, Secret Red, now to look really nice again. We have a Zeus, Downerd, and Mosquito. People are running Skycav. I think Skycav is not good anymore. Once you have Mosquito, like there's no reason to run another one. Mannequin Cat, Herald of the Pure Light, Onibimaru, Typhon, Cerberus, SP, and then the 2 Super Poly targets, Garura and Mardragon. And obviously that makes for a total of 15 in the extra, and the side deck we have Duster, we have more back row hate, the triple Cosmic Cyclones, we have 3 D-Shifters, 3 Deep Barriers, we have the Double Cross, Ibli, Christia, Goliath, and Anubis. So overall, I think there are still a couple of cards that I would want to change. And as an FYI as well, I'm only keeping this video, or this deck profile, quite short because I don't think we need to go over the combos unless you guys want to see more combos, like real test hands, whatever, that kind of stuff. I did make a combo video already, including the Mirror Mage combo video. If you guys want to check it out, like check the last one out. If you guys want the combo video, then I'll also upload it. But yeah, okay, let's talk about the... Give me a second. The anglers, okay? So you could make an argument for running 3 anglers, and that is only because you have so many cards that discard. You have the 3 Super Polys as well as the 3 droplets, and then it could also work really well with, of course, the Swap Frogs. If you open Swap Frog plus Angler, you know how good that feels, right? You special it, get a free body onto the board, you discard the Angler, and you get to summon 2 from the deck from Angler, and you get to dump off Swap Frog to make the super early Toad. Feels amazing. So you have 9 cards in total that already discard. So I'd say there is a small, counterpoint to be made where you just run 3 of this, and maybe you can run like another Nimble brick, like a Manta, the Manta Ray, I forgot what it's called, maybe Manta, Nimble Manta, or you can run like 2 Sunfish. But at the same time, I feel like that's a little bit bricky because you have so many 2s that don't really do anything by themselves, and at this point, like, you don't want to just run 2s for the sake of running 2s for more bodies. I think that kind of is the same reason why I don't really like the Melfi package with the Toad stuff at the same time. And I'll explain that, right? So we have, in total, I think this is... No, there are more. Give me a second. Okay, so if we separate it into engine and non-engine, well, first of all, this is a brick on its own, so we're not going to include that because it's not a 2. We have 3, 6, 8, 11, 14, and 17 cards in total. So 17 cards of non-engine, 18 if you include this, which means that there's 22 cards of engine. You always want to play cards that will allow you to go second, perform second, or go better second. And I think putting in the Melfi stuff just kind of adds in that extra bit of difficulty when you're trying to go second and trying to break a board. Especially because you already have 3 Swap Frogs to kind of generate all those bodies in the first place. Because you have so many 2s now, drawing into like Penny or Caddy just makes it so much worse. It does also mean that your end board is slightly weaker, but because you have so many board breakers and non-engine that you can use on their turn, e.g. Super Poly and Droplet, you should be okay with disrupting their place on their turn as well, even if you don't end up on like the extra Omni Negate plus the extra Imperm. I also think that some of these side deck cards can be changed up a little bit, and again, this list is not final because I still need to play around with it, of course. I've been waiting on Dueling Book for everything to be legal, everything being just like the Mirror Mage card. But I'm probably also going to change up a couple of things here and potentially the extra deck. Let's talk about the extra deck first. I think I might be, because I feel like I have a couple of extra cards, like extra space now that I've taken out the Melfi cards. I think it's worthwhile mentioning that maybe Herald, even though we could recycle in the previous formats, recycle Shifter, recycle whatever, I also think it's really good for unbreaking your hand if you draw into two Anglers. But now that we have so many cards to discard Angler, it's quite unlikely that we need this. So maybe like it's a little bit too situational to run. We can consider taking that out, or we can also take out the Cerberus. And I think I'll replace that with IP, because there are a couple of boards now where you just kind of end up on, quite a monster heavy board where you have extra resources they can just easily link to IP, and you'll be able to keep an Xyz on the board at the same time, usually Toad for like the sprint bounce. And next thing I want to talk about is Smashes. So I think Smashes is a little bit better than Double Cross in numerous ways. Well, first of all, I think it's better because you're able to activate it going second, and I've always made this point really clear, right? It's like, it's insane going second, even though this could potentially bring back an Omni Negate on your opponent's turn. If you are going first and you make your massive ass board, you bring back your your Herald of the, which one is it? Herald of the Arclight, yeah, for the extra Omni Negate, or now you can bring back your Toad, right? I don't think it's main deck worthy though. I think Smashes is still better because it has going second usage, and you can use it on decks like Tempai, because if they have the field spell, well, obviously Double Cross doesn't affect any of their monsters, and they're probably just gonna, wipe your board. You could also activate it during battle phase, but even then, I think being able to make them go -2 with the smashes is just so much better. So side deck I think is correct. So every time you go in first, you just chuck it in. You could even run both the smashes and double cross if you're going first, but definitely not maining both of them because that's just too many bricks. I would also change up some of these. Like this, I ran because I don't know what's in the meta right now, and because you end up on Mannequin Cat half the time now. So the combo will typically have you summon Toad either early on before you get to Gigantic or after Gigantic. You summon the Swap Frog off of Gigantic and then you go to Toad. Excuse me. Voice is a bit hoarse right now. But yeah, you summon Toad and then you'll link your remaining monsters into the Sprint. And then, speaking of Sprint, where is Sprint? There it is. So Sprint is then going to summon the 2 beavers, and then your beavers are going to probably Xyz into Mannequin Cat. I think people really underestimate Mannequin Cat because of the amount of attributes that there are in the game. This is either follow-up or it generates a little bit more disruption through either maybe summon Red or Carrot, or maybe like even Venry, depends on the attributes, or you just find follow-up in terms of like Blue, whatever. Obviously, if you're siding in as well, you have all this, all these cancerous cards that you can side in to stop that plays. And my final thing that I want to talk about is Toad. So Toad, don't forget that it can generate more value, and it's not just an unmitigate. So first of all, the standby phase effect, you can attach to summon more. You can summon Swap Frog. You can consider even running like Dupe Frog again if you're really scared of them attacking or running over whatever monster. That was like something to think about during the tier format because everyone was running Super Poly, and so if you summon Toad and summon a body off of Toad, they'll just fuse those 2 things away to make like a Garura or something. But I think it's less of a concern now because not many people are playing Super Poly, and so yeah, Toad just gets you another free body, and if you're running through Soft Rocks, there's like no reason not to summon it unless you're scared of like, yeah, there's no reason not to summon it. The second thing is this kind of becomes like your mini elf in terms of like generating you a bit of follow-up. Obviously, if it goes to the grave, you can then add back your Nimble Beaver, which is now the case where you always want to send off Nimble Beaver into the grave before sending Angler, so that you can potentially get it back with Toad if you need to use it early. And so yeah, this generates you a bit of follow-up. That's really cool. That's pretty much all the deck needs, honestly, just a bit of follow-up. It has enough interruptions, but you kind of you're forced to go all in into the like into committing to make a bigger board that they will have issues with, and if they manage to break it, you basically have no resource to follow up. So Toad helps with that a little bit. Okay, that's it for the deck profile. Let me know what you guys think of the deck. I will be testing it out more. I'll eventually switch it up if I feel like I need to switch anything up. Right now I'm pretty happy with it. Aside from those couple of things I mentioned at the end that I'll switch up. Big shout out to Jack and John. You guys helped me get my rarity bumps. So this is me ranting a little bit, and this is not too important, so if you guys want to click away now, go ahead. But I actually ended up rarity bumping everything only because they managed to open boxes and they got better luck than me. I actually opened 2 boxes, recorded my reaction, and then got absolutely demolished. I didn't want to upload the video because it was such a bad box. I got like 0 cards over like, I don't know, $5 value, and that was 2 boxes. I didn't even get like a Mirror Mage. I had to buy one or trade one from my friend Jack. And I didn't get any starters or Gigantics either. But that's me rambling about it. Yeah, let me know what you guys think. If you guys want me to upload that video, I can. It is pretty much ready to go. And I do talk a little bit about the Spright decks, like the other variants. But not too much about it. It's mainly just me being salty at the unboxing. Yeah, that's about it from me. Alright, take care guys. See ya.